The movie begins, and we see that all the teachers of a school are together. A teacher named Elizabeth is being given a farewell party by all the teachers, because she is about to get married. But when Elizabeth comes home from school, we see that her boyfriend is sitting with his mother. He tells Elizabeth that I cannot marry you, because I have come to know that you do not love me. You only love my money. Then Elizabeth tries to explain to her boyfriend, and says that you are thinking wrong. Her boyfriend tells her that you have spent millions of my dollars in just a few days, and you do not even know when my birthday is. Saying this, her boyfriend throws Elizabeth out of his house, after which Elizabeth has to join the job of a teacher in the same school again. On the first day of school, Elizabeth meets a teacher named Amy, and she is of a very friendly nature. She also tries to befriend Elizabeth, but Elizabeth is a very rude and grumpy type of woman, due to which, there is enmity between them on the first day of school. On the other hand, there is another teacher named Lynn with whom Elizabeth is friendly, and here while talking to Lynn, Elizabeth tells her that I do not want to do this job of a teacher. I want to get my breast surgery done soon, so that I can look even hotter. This will make it easier for me to impress any rich man. Now after school, Elizabeth goes to the club in the hope that she will meet a rich man there. But her plan fails, and due to intoxication, she does not get enough sleep. After which, instead of teaching in her first class, she puts a movie on TV and falls asleep. After which, during the lunch break, she goes to the canteen, and there she meets a gym teacher named Russell. Russell has been wanting Elizabeth for many years, but because he is not rich, Elizabeth ignores him again and again. Meanwhile, Amy comes there and tries to befriend Elizabeth again. But this time also Elizabeth insults her and leaves in the middle of lunch. But while going, her eyes fall on a substitute teacher, Scott, who is very rich. And he has come to teach in this school for a few days, because he is new in this school. So Elizabeth tries to talk to him on the pretext of showing the school. And in the course of conversation she comes to know that Scott is also single, which makes her very happy. But one thing worries her, that Scott's ex was very hot, due to which Elizabeth gets very embarrassed after seeing her breast. Elizabeth starts getting anxious to get breast surgery. The doctor tells her that you will have to pay $10,000 for breast surgery, which is a lot for a teacher. Hearing this, Elizabeth gets shocked. But Elizabeth does not give up. She sets out on her mission to collect $10,000. She even calls her ex-boyfriend. After hearing no from everywhere, Elizabeth becomes sad. And when she feels that all the doors are closed for me, then one of her students tells her that in the coming weekend, my 7th grade team is going to wash cars. If you also want to come to my car wash party, then you can come there. After listening to her, Elizabeth ignores her at first. But when that girl tells her that I earned $6,000 from the last car wash, Elizabeth gets shocked. And she tells that girl, this time, I will also go with you to the car wash. But here another problem comes in front of Elizabeth. That student tells her that every time Amy leads this function. After this, Elizabeth goes straight to the principal, and flirts with him and sidelines Amy from her way. And she herself becomes the leader of the car wash team. And when it is time to wash the car, she comes wearing beach clothes, which attracts everyone. And there is a long line of people getting their cars washed. By doing this, Elizabeth breaks all records in terms of collecting money. But Amy sees her and complains about it to the principal. Amy suspects that Elizabeth has stolen some of the money earned at the car wash. But the principal does not believe Amy, because Elizabeth gives $7,000 to the school, which was more than Amy's car wash. This makes Amy even more annoyed with Elizabeth, and to take revenge, she thinks of making fun of her in front of Scott. When Elizabeth is talking to Scott, she reveals to him about Elizabeth's surgery. But Amy's plan fails. And Scott says in front of everyone that I like people who do not stop making their body beautiful. And after that, more things start happening in Elizabeth's favor, and she gets more new ways to earn money. Actually, in the parent-teacher meeting, some parents give her extra money to pay more attention to their children. After which Elizabeth becomes very happy that everything is going well with me. But soon her happiness is ruined. Actually, in the school's winter party, Scott tells Elizabeth that I have started liking Amy a lot. Elizabeth is shocked to hear this, But then she inadvertently grows even closer to Russell, because Russell is the only person with whom she can talk openly, and she does not have to pretend in front of him. But because Russell is still poor, she does not accept him with the feeling of love. Elizabeth still keeps making plans to impress Scott. Meanwhile, during the winter vacation, one of her students, Garrett, invites her to dinner at his place. And when Elizabeth talks to Garrett, she comes to know that he is very much in love with Rose, the most beautiful girl in the class. Elizabeth advises him to leave him, because Rose is not going to like you. And she knew all this, because Elizabeth was also super hot at one time. And I did not give importance to boys like you. Garrett gets sad after listening to Elizabeth. Elizabeth did not want him to give her false consolation and false hope. When the school holidays are over, Scott invites Elizabeth and Lynn to a club. Hope is awakened again that something can happen between them. When she sees Amy in that club, even worse happens when Scott sings a song for Amy, after which Elizabeth angrily goes out with Lynn. But her mood calms down when Lynn tells her that in a few months a test is going to be held in the whole country. The teacher whose class performs the best in that test will get $6,000. After this, Elizabeth changes completely and becomes a strict teacher and teaches the students. But soon she realizes that all this is not going to be of any use now, because I have not taught anyone anything for a year. But Elizabeth does not give up even here. And she finds another way, and she goes directly to the professor, who is in charge of the state exam, as a reporter. And after going there, Elizabeth seduces him, as if she is going to spend some good moments with him. But as soon as his attention is diverted, she mixes intoxicating medicine in his drink, and steals a paper from there. After which all Elizabeth's students get all the questions right, and she gets $6,000. With this, Elizabeth's target of collecting $10,000 is also completed. And now the last task left for her is to make Amy and Scott break up. And for this, she first makes Amy allergic to apple, due to which her face gets spoiled for some time, and she is unable to come to the school picnic. Amy gets very angry with this act of Elizabeth, and to take revenge from her, she brings her desk to her class, and she puts her desk in Elizabeth's class, so that she can break its lock by calling Elizabeth's desk her desk. And this time Amy's plan works, and she gets the stolen exam papers from Elizabeth's desk, which she gives to the principal. And this time the principal also says on getting the proof that I will get Elizabeth punished for this act. But the principal tells Amy that I need the testimony of that professor for confirmation. Only then I can give any punishment to Elizabeth. After listening to the principal, Amy goes to that professor and threatens him, and says that if you do not tell the truth in front of everyone, then I will trap you and send you to cell. After which that professor agrees to testify. Here Elizabeth distracts Scott, and records the moments spent with him, and sends it to Amy, so that she feels that Scott has cheated her. Elizabeth's feeling changes in a moment, when the next day her student Garrett proposes Rose by reciting a poem in front of everyone, and Rose makes fun of him in front of the whole class. Then Elizabeth realizes at that time that I am also doing the same with Russell. I am rejecting his true love and running towards lies. But at the moment she feels bad for Garrett, after which she decides to make Garrett a hero in front of everyone. She gives her panty to Garrett, and asks him to show it to everyone. After which, when Garrett goes in front of everyone, Elizabeth tells everyone present there that yes, I have caught Garrett red-handed with a senior girl from another school. And as soon as everyone denies Elizabeth's words, Garrett shows the panty which Elizabeth had given him as proof. After this, all the boys of his class become his friends. Russell also praises Garrett for helping him, and tells him that I know that you have given that panty to her. But then Amy comes there, and tells Elizabeth that I have exposed you. Soon you are going to cell. But Amy forgets how dangerous Elizabeth is. As soon as Elizabeth hears Amy's words, she gives some photos to her room partner, and sends it to the professor, and tells him that if he tells the truth to anyone, then I will show this photo to everyone. Elizabeth also comes to know that the desk in my class is Amy's, because Amy had forgotten to remove the sticker from her desk. After which Elizabeth goes to the principal with full preparation, and tells the community that I also want to say something. I have come to know that a teacher uses drugs in this school, immediately after which the police comes to the school. The drugs which belong to Elizabeth are found from Amy's desk. As punishment for this crime, Amy is transferred to another school, which is located in a very small town. And now Elizabeth has completely changed. Elizabeth leaves chasing Scott and goes to Russell and tells him that I love you too. And the movie ends at this moment. So friends, if you like the story, then like the video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe to the channel. And yes, definitely press the notification bell so that you get the next update first. Thanks for watching.